And it's time for business news with Ari Rabinovitch. And it wasn't a long time that cannabis shops seem to be popping up in every corner, but a major chain is now pulling back, Ari.
And it may be because there's just so many cannabis retailers available right now to choose from, Melissa. So yes, Tokyo Smoke announced today that it will be shutting down 29 of its stores. And that's because it needs to seek creditor protection. Now, it's not full-fledged bankruptcy just yet, but it wants to protect itself just in case. 167 stores will remain open, just to give you a scale of how many there are out there just from Tokyo Smoke. And they have stores that will stay open in Ontario as well as Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Newfoundland and Labrador. Now, OEG Retail Cannabis is the parent company. They also happen to be the owner of the Edmonton Oilers. They acquired Tokyo Smoke from Canopy Growth back in 2022. But since then, the number of retailers, like you said, Melissa, have across the country have soared. And also the price of cannabis itself has dropped. So it's also become less lucrative to own a cannabis shop, let alone hundreds like Tokyo Smoke has for the past few years, Melissa.
Okay, now the convenience store industry could be in for a major shakeup, but it isn't a done deal yet.
No, not yet, but it would be interesting if it actually got done, Melissa. So Circle K is seeking to acquire 7-Eleven. That's the basics of it, but it's going to be a long time before Circle K's become 7-Eleven, or maybe there'll still be 7-Elevens around, but owned by Circle K. It's going to be a lot of hurdles. And right now, it seems to be a lot of capital that's needed because the parent company of 7-Eleven, which is owned by 7&I Holdings, well, it has a market cap of $38 billion US. And the parent company of Circle K, Quebec-based Alimentation Couche-Tard, they are seeking some extra funding from the likes of a few pension groups, namely that of the Canada Pension Plan Investment Board, the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, as well as Quebec's CDPQ. Couche-Tard made that offer to 7&I Holdings about a few weeks ago, and if it does go through, it'll be the biggest foreign takeover of a Japanese company in history, Melissa.
Okay, and a Canadian retailer is seeing slump sales despite receiving tons of publicity during the Olympics.
Yeah, so Lululemon showed its cards today after the closing bell, Melissa, and not the best results. Sales fell last quarter, more than expected, and Lululemon is lowering its forecast for the rest of the year in terms of how much it expects to sell. And it's not coming at a good time considering this also included the Olympics, with a lot of exposure for Lululemon's Team Canada gear worn by athletes, but apparently it didn't do enough to boost sales. The stock is down so far this year, Melissa, by almost 50%, 50. So Lululemon has got a lot of ground to make up for, especially considering there's a lot of competition out there too.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Ari. We will talk again tomorrow.
Talk then.